You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, we are YBM Chat Podcast. Instagram at YBM Chat. You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts at YBM Chat.
Hey, it's Daisy.
Hey, it's Cassandra.
What's up? It's Trey Dub.
And then it's your girl, Lady Nova. I don't know what's going on.
We are
YBM Chat.
young Black millennials offering a fresh new take you didn't know you needed.
So in this episode, YBM Chat discusses the differences between talking and dating and, probably what communication should look like. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Talking and dating are two different things. I can talk to whomever I want. If you're telling me that you're invested in me and I send you that good morning message and you don't message me, you either talking to somebody else or you dead. For me, it depended on if you already let me know like what's happening prior to.
I think that we're grown and we have jobs, so we can't talk all day long.
It's 24 hours in a day. You can't pick one to call and text me.
Said all day long.
No,
if I'm at work, how can I talk to you?
No, he don't mean all day. He mean you not talking like at all during that day, right, Trey?
Exactly.
That's what I meant.
That's what I meant too. Like even if it was just a hi, good morning, hope you have a good day. If you don't even do that,
like y'all don't talk at all that day, not
At
sitting
all.
on the phone all day.
yeah, at all. Like what if he just ain't just say good morning?
It's 24 hours in a day. You can pick 1 hour to talk to me.
Cassandra, you are getting very upset like you're not married.
I know. I'm just so sorry. Like all day.
Do you talk to Chad all day? Do y'all text all day?
Chat Trey's not meaning all day. He mean like you don't talk to that person at all that day.
Does Chad text you before your lunch break? Hey, how's it going?
We do text during the day. We don't sit on the phone or text all day, but during the day, yes. And we live together, so I see him every day. But if we
live
together,
I don't let her finish. Go ahead.
I meant it was a talking stage. Them two is different because they married. I meant like a talk, like you get to know.
That's what I was about to say. Like for me in the talking stage, I don't owe you nothing and you don't owe me nothing. Because we're talking. I feel like if you taking it that whole day and you're like, we first start talking, like say we go from a whole month of talking and then boom, a day you don't message me. It's like, well, what's the issue? I message you, you don't respond. Okay, you don't text me the next day to say what happened. I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. You go another day and don't message me. I don't have time to devote it to you because we ain't together. You said you want to do this. You proved otherwise.
And that is the point I'm trying to make because I literally saw a post on Instagram that was like, how you say you want to be with me, but don't even want to put in the time to be with me. It's like, and then of course you got people in the comments talk about something, oh, well, you must not be busy because I be busy. I legit be busy or whatever. I was like, you can dedicate, like Cassandra said, an hour so that you want to build something or put substance to this situation. Like you can dedicate an hour to at least say hi. How are you?
Yes, I do think that someone should take time out to talk to you, get to know you. My question is this. Would you rather somebody who talks to you twice a week, but every conversation y'all have is very thought-provoking, very deep, and like you feel connected, versus someone who hits you up, good morning, every day, and the conversation always is shallow, surface, and all they ever ask you is what you doing? Which one would you prefer? An everyday, all day texter who got no kind of substance, or somebody who has to actually say, hey, I can't talk today, but can we talk tomorrow?
That can go either way. It just depends on the person, because I can sit here and text you good morning and it can be like, of course we're in a relationship, but that's us. We text good morning every day. Text between her lunch breaks and all that stuff now, or she'll call. During the talking stage, it's always different. You can be that shallow person. Maybe you just don't know how to hold a conversation. You can be the deep thinker and all that and still be trash.
But that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, what would you prefer? Somebody who texting you all day long because they have nothing else going on, and conversations are always surface, or somebody who is busy but they can only talk to you, I don't know, 4 days out of the week.
But okay, like you said, they're busy.
You know, you talk to them. It is something that is deep, and you actually feel connected versus what you doing, what you got on.
But you just said, okay, they're busy. If they communicate to you, hey, I'm busy, I can't talk to you today, can we talk tomorrow? That's still communicating with me to let me know that you're not ignoring me. You do want to talk, you just can't. We can continue this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So even that, I would accept that. And yeah, we can have those thought-provoking conversations. But what Megan was saying too, it just depends. I mean, yeah, we can say good morning, all this other stuff, but what if but what if I wanted to ask deeper questions? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might have it surface level because, like she said, what if they don't know, or they just shy or don't know what to say or whatever? Then I feel like it's up to me to say, okay, this conversation is getting boring. Let me try to continue it on, or you know what I'm saying, get to know you, because you might be shy, because you may not know what to say, because you might not think about it.
That is why I like to tell people it's always a difference between talking and dating. I done had so many people get mad at me. You can't be talking to all these people. Yes, I can, because I'm not devoted to one person. I've had plenty of people that talk to me on like apps or whatever the case is, or even in person. The conversation can be nice, but then there's really nothing else. So you can have a great conversation. That very person can seem busy and have a great conversation, and really they're not doing anything.
Can you date multiple people?
Yeah, if you're
can
open
I date
and honest.
multiple?
Can you date multiple people?
Yeah, I feel like the dating stage is like maybe at least, I say you can date at least 1 to 3 people. I'd say
during a dating.
Yeah. You can invest that much time and energy in 3 people that you're dating. You going on dating?
I mean, you can that's like a narrow down. Okay, for me, I will say for me, even though I never really went on any real dates, I can say this. Talking, high school, I was talking to about 7 people. And it was something.
That's some Scorpios for you.
But first of all, I was young. I was in high school. I could do what I want. And y'all already knew I didn't talk to nobody here. So that was just a thing for me. Every other weekend, there was somebody new I was talking to. It started off cool. And then it was like, okay, so what else is going on today? Like, I tried, like Cassandra said, I tried to carry that conversation. Nothing happened. Okay, you're no longer a contender. I'm just done talking to you now. Next person, things went on. We had a great conversation. And I remember this one person. Conversation was great. Everything was cool. I went on a cruise. I came back. It was like we never ever spoke. And we had deep conversations. We actually talked more about important things than I did with the other people at the time. Nothing came from it. Now at this point, if I worked in a devoted relationship, I could honestly say, if I were to do it again, I could date 3 people at a time, because everybody I talk to is online. So now I have to see you in your atmosphere, see you in person, to see how you actually act behind, like outside of a computer. And that can change the whole thing. I don't know if you're getting your answers from online or whatever the case is. I don't know.
I think talking and dating is the same thing.
I don't think it is at all. I don't think it is. To me, like, to me, I feel like you can talk to multiple people, but at least for me personally, when it comes to dating, I'm investing that time only into one person, because by then it's like I feel like we've kind of like gotten to a level to where we're comfortable enough with each other where we may have, slept together or whatever the case is. Because dating for me, that's putting substance with someone, in my opinion. Now, if I'm talking to somebody, we just texting and most likely getting to know each other, which you could do that multiple people, because at least in my experience, people come and go. Like, so and that's why I always say, like, how can people say that they want you, but only contact you basically when it's convenient for them. So it's like,
and that's what I mean. Okay, so from y'all
especially
two,
when talking, not dating, but talking.
I'm about to say from y'all two's perspective, seeing as y'all are not me because I'm in relationships, whatever. You are talking to people, y'all have a healthy conversation, and then you find, like Trey said, you can talk to multiple people. So let's just say y'all were talking to 5 people, but out of the 5, there's 2 that you really, really like. Y'all decide to go out on a date. Is that bad because you're narrowing down your options? You're dating them because you go to the movies, you go to dinner, you alternate from this person to this person. And then you realize as time goes on, it's just something about the other person. Now that we're physically together and out, it's something about the other person that just one-ups the other one.
I don't think any of it is wrong as long as you're telling whoever you're talking, dating, whatever, you're not the only one.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah, no, but that's why I say
honest with everybody.
That's why I say it's different. For me talking, I can talk to whomever and don't have no attachments or whatever, and I can make that plain. If I say we're dating, it's like, yes, there is you, but I feel like there could be at least one more person. It's something about that other person. And I'll be honest and let you know, like, yes, I do have an attraction to you or whatever, but there is still somebody else. Once I done knock you out, like that other person out, that's it. Now we're no longer dating, we're in a relationship. Locked and sealed.
The reason why I said I feel like talking and dating can be synonymous with each other is because if I'm on an app and I have 10 conversations open, to me, that is not me saying I talk to 10 people because I don't know them.
That's
now, right, but that's how I'm thinking of talking, like the way that y'all are describing it, of being able to talk to multiple. First of all, I'm not giving up my number to that many people. Let's start there. So by the time we're off the app, let's say it's 3 people. At this stage, I would think we're having phone calls. If we're in the same city, we're hanging out together. So if I say I'm talking to you, that means we're actually going out on dates. We're making plans to go on dates together. We are dating. We're not in a relationship, but we're going on dates. We're talking. I don't consider that talking when you're on an app and you have all these random conversations, some that end at what you doing, some that
and I do
that where you from. I don't consider that talking because what are we talking about?
About getting to know each other.
Actually, well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so those same people that say, "Oh, what you doing, what you from, or whatever," what do you consider that if it's not talking? I consider that. Well, I would say talking, but of course, like you
I don't consider it anything. I literally consider it the fact that we just swipe yes on each other, and if the conversation, if we never go past this app, and you do not contact my direct line, I'm not talking to you. You are somebody that we both said I'm attracted to you. 9 times out of 10, if someone does not get my number, it's because we didn't have any real conversations. Therefore, we're not talking. We don't get.
And that's the thing. They can play you through that whole thing because that's happened to me. Me and this other person, we talked. Everything was cool. Got their number. We continued talking after that, and we talked about a bunch of stuff. We lost contact. That's why I said talking, because we lost contact. They came back, and it was like we never. It was like it was a whole nother person, because as soon as they came back, it was like, oh, sex. And it's like, we never talked about that. So why are you bringing that up now versus what we used to talk about? Music. We used to talk about work, and after, like, we had actual conversations. Stuff happened, sex. And I was like, okay, number deleted. Again, I wasn't 100% devoted to you. I still was talking to someone else in that time period where we weren't talking anymore. And then you just came up with this crap. And it really had me confused. I'm like, that's not the person that I met. And now this. Well, that's over. No more, no less.
Oh no, I just feel like she's used the example with apps, and I mean, you get to know someone on the app or whatever, that's cool or whatever. But I feel like once you then exchange numbers, obviously you like this person enough to like have a conversation with them to get to know them on a deeper level. To me, I feel like you're crossing that line with dating when it's mutually agreed that you both like each other enough to now, you know, maybe introduce them to friends or whatever the case is. That's like an example to me of dating someone. I mean, then when it's only like that one person, in my opinion, I can't date multiple people. Like, I can't invest all this time to multiple people or whatever and try to have a job. No.
But what Megan was saying too, like you just kind of weed them out. You know what I'm saying? So
you can weed them out
my
while
definition,
talking. You can weed them out
so,
talking.
but I would. So Daisha, I know you said you wouldn't consider that talking, but I would. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got 10 conversations open. You know what I'm saying? I would consider y'all talking. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all do get to that phone stage or y'all get to each other, like Megan said, you start weeding them out. So say you start with 10 and half of them end at what you're doing, what you're wearing, you only end up with a solid 3, and these 3 have your number now. So now it's like y'all, or however many, but it's like, okay, now y'all are.
I don't even know your last name.
Oh,
if I don't know your last name, we're not talking.
Well, I mean, that's how I see it.
I'm about to say, really, outside, I'm thinking about outside of us, because I know how we are and how we think and how we operate. They don't care about no last name. They don't care about who's your mama. None of that stuff. They don't, a lot of people, some people, I feel like they don't even ask, like, who are your close friends and what do y'all like? Let me meet them. I feel like a lot of people are like that because they just don't care. So talking, dating, at this point, it's a big blur.
We all took a quiz to figure out what your freak score is. And so my question is, would you reveal that to somebody that you're talking or dating?
If I'm
talking, no, not if it's not serious. Because if it's not serious, then we're not having sex. And if we're not having sex,
at this point,
huh?
I thought we were invested at this point.
We can be invested and not have sex. If we not,
you don't have to have it to talk about it.
Well, just me personally, I feel like if we talking about that, we have to have either gonna have sex, because if I'm telling you my freak score, it's either I'm telling you this because I want to show you what I made, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna get to that point. Like, I wouldn't tell somebody who I'm just talking to my freak score. Like, what's the point? Y'all, it's not gonna happen, you know? Unless we about to do it or doing it, it doesn't matter. What's the
appropriate amount of time to be doing that after dating somebody? How long?
I mean, I can't put a time. I'm gonna say I can't put a time to it.
Question: what is the appropriate amount of time to start?
I really can't put a time to it. I feel like if the conversation comes up and it feels comfortable, then and you feel like that really is a person, then you can have that conversation. Because quite frankly, ours happened early because of something that I wrote, but it wasn't like a blatant, oh, this is what you write, this is what you're gonna do. It was just like, okay, this is interesting. And it was like, how much of this have you done? None. And that just kind of like carried out the conversation of what my life was like outside of the writing. And then we talked about other things. But just somebody I'm talking to, you're not going to get to know that. You're going to be guesstimating until I feel like you have the right to know. If that's all you want to talk about straight up, you're never going to know. There's nothing else behind that.
Yeah, that's what I said too. You can't really put a time on it because every situation is different. Every relationship is different.
I agree. I think that I agree that you can't put a timestamp on that, but I do feel like before you are going to invest more time by dating someone, I think you at least have to have sex with this person at least once. I really do. Like, because at this time, like, how you gonna know what this person gonna be like forever?
Well, you all gotta marry the person now, Trey. God.
I'm just saying,
like, know how it is before he commits to them, is what he's saying.
Yeah, like, you gotta know everything before you commit to somebody, and if it happens to be sex, then so be it. And let me make one thing clear: I am not a sexual person. I really ain't. Like, we could be talking for like 5 months before we even do anything. Like, I'm like, you know,
and that's my thing. I feel like, well, what most people have said to me, because they always ask me, well, how do you know if you never had sex with them? I'm like, I don't feel like that's the end all be all to a relationship. That's the first thing people got to get out of their mind. If that's somebody you connect with and you do have sex with them and you don't like it 100%, that's when y'all should have conversations. It's going to be a hard conversation, regardless of what you or anybody else has said to you or what you looked up or whatever. It's going to be a hard conversation. It really comes down to like, are they willing to listen? Are they willing to try these new things for the both of y'all to make it better? Because if you're just being like, oh, well, we had sex and it was bad, but they had X, Y, and Z, and you go to the next person who has the best sex ever and nothing, then what was the point? If it was solely based on sex.
Well, I do feel like sex is one of the important things. It is not, you're right, it's not the end all be all, but I do feel like it is one of the important things that kind of will help and establish what you guys are going to be. Now, if that person does have an amazing personality that overshadows that, then hey, I've been there too.
But it depends on the person, because you can talk to some people
yes.
who, some people value sex way higher than others. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't have to have it, you know, like they just do it because, you know, whatever. But you get some people who are sex addicts and they feel like it is the end all be all in relationships. And it's like, if you got bad sex, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So that's conversation. You're right, Trey. You do have to have with your partner or your, you know, before y'all get serious or committed or whatever. But
in order to I feel like it's one of those things that that in my mind is essential, because what if like you go into a situation and their sex is bad, that person might go as far as to cheat on you because they feel like, oh, well, I'm not getting good sex in my relationship. That might be one thing, not to say that will possibly happen, but you know, it may happen.
But it's a thought,
it's a thought. Like that's when people mind start wondering, like, oh my God, like he didn't do this right, or she didn't do this right, or whatever. I feel like this person could do it better. Let me hit her up or hit him up. Like,
and that shows immaturity, because
if not relationship, you shouldn't be thinking about anybody else. You know,
that to me that shows immaturity, because if that's all you're really thinking about is, oh, they didn't do this right. If you like that person, y'all not in a committed relationship yet, but y'all have sex, it can be like, I feel like some people still have hard conversations within the first 5 to 6 months, whether they like it or not. Some people just end up falling into it. If y'all can talk about everything else under the sun and this thing happens where y'all happen to have sex that night and you don't like it, you can find a way to like kind of discuss it or something. Again, it's always going to be hard, but don't get with that person because of all the other qualities. Their sex is bad and you just running off because you want good sex. That's stupid.
But see, and that shows the difference in people, because I feel like you, Megan, are the type that'll be like, well, we can work this out. You know, we can teach each other some stuff and we can show each other. Whereas other people might be like, I don't got time to teach you. I don't got time to show you. You know what I'm saying? It's either good or bad. You out the door, you know? So even that is like,
and I'm like, I see straight face.
It's just the difference in people.
I'm about to say, I see Trey face, and I'm not saying him, but the people that I have heard say that, it's like, honey, you ain't got nothing going for you already but that.
Exactly.
So you ain't got no room.
Got time to be teaching people, man. Seriously.
I mean, I get that, but still, you can't make that their fault. Again, you have people who have chosen to not do anything, and they get bashed for not knowing how to do stuff. Where do virgins fit in right now? Where do they fit in at?
It really don't.
Because how they gonna do it?
Right.
If everybody in that, you better know what you're doing before you fuck with me.
Right.
Like they don't have a place at all. So you can have that conversation and be like, look, I haven't done anything, but I feel like I want to do this with you and I don't really know too much of anything. Some people be like, I love this. This is great, even though I've done what I've done before, but I like this that you're willing to tell me that and we can actually work on stuff. You never know what'll come out. Other people is like, oh, you ain't done nothing. I mean, you good and you like a good person and everything, but I need somebody that know how to ride. It's like, I've never given myself to anybody. And you're upset about it?
The bottom line is, at least for me, is like, you can have sex with the person just as long as I have that mutual agreement of where y'all stand in the relationship, and also like if the feeling is right. Because I feel like for me personally, if the feeling ain't right, then I'm about to do it because I'm about to be into it. If I'm mad at you, Like, and I'm sorry, I'm about to jump over whatever. Me and Cassandra had this conversation, whatever. She like when you argue with your spouse, you have to have sex with them. Like,
yes,
like makeup sex be the best sex. I'm like, wait, but even after y'all doing, ain't y'all still mad at each other? What was resolved outside of
feel better.
Okay, wait. So what is your definition of makeup sex now? Because I get makeup sex, but not right when we mad.
Not as soon. Okay, not when we both
a Jody and Yvette situation.
No.
Basically, Jody and Yvette.
Absolutely not. No.
Them niggas argued every day.
I don't even. If I'm that heated with you, I don't even want to look at you. To think that you about to come and lay next to me. You can have the room. I'll be on the couch. That's fine.
But well, anyway, back to my point that I was trying to make that that you can have sex with somebody as long as you guys mutually kind of like establish where you guys stand in the relationship, and honestly, if the vibe is right, you know. So I think that'll probably kind of best understand whether that is a month of y'all talking or 5 months of y'all talking. Don't rush that shit, please don't. At all, because it will not be. It won't feel right.
Again, it's all in communication. Well, for your aspect,
I know exactly what I mean.
For your aspect, it's communication and patience.
Yeah.
And people who don't know how to be patient is the most stressful, and it's the quickest way to turn anybody off.
I think all in all, people have to just go with. They have to be true to themselves. Whether that's you decide to see somebody on the first date, or 30 days later, or 6 months down the line, a year down the line, whatever. Like, do what feels right to you, but also make sure you don't do anything that you feel pressured to do, I would say. So what is your take? Is there a difference between talking and dating? And at what point do you have serious conversations? And at what point do you actually invest your time and energy into one, maybe two, maybe three people? Join us every Monday.
Like,
comment,
subscribe.
Guess what's up.